welcome to a new episode of Journey of a Christian Writer. In this episode, I'm going over Stage 4 for drafting. What is drafting? Drafting is another term for writing the first draft of a short story, novel, or play. This is when writers finally bring their stories to life using all of the brainstorming, research, and story information they have gathered together for their stories or books. Where to write. Drafting or writing can be done in various ways, just like plotting and outlining. Some writers write in Google Docs or online writing platforms. Others use Scrivener, and some use the good old Microsoft Word. Whether they are at home, in their bedroom, at a public library, or in a coffee shop, writers can write wherever they can carry their laptops, notebooks, or get access to a computer and pencil and paper. The choice is theirs. Writing mistakes and advice. The following are some mistakes and advice to keep in mind to avoid. Many beginner writers compare themselves to other writers, but I don't advise any writers to do this. Don't compare yourself to other writers. Instead, focus on your projects and move at your own pace. As one of my writing quotes states, writing isn't about competition. If that's why you started, you should reevaluate why you began. Because writing is something that people just constantly work to improve. It's not something that anyone can really master. And that just coincides with a quote that Ernest Hemingway mentioned about that we are all apprentices, where none of us ever masters writing. In my opinion, the greatest writer of all is God himself, because every day he is writing by speaking things into existence by his spoken word. So, in my opinion, nobody ever really masters writing. So if the only reason you want to write is to compete or to be better than someone else, then you should reevaluate why you are doing it in the first place, in my opinion. Because writing is not something that us humans can ever really master. It's just something that you constantly work to improve. So it's not really about competition. Maybe the whole publishing and marketing part, as far as books, is about competition to some degree, but as far as just the writing part, that's not really about competition, at least not in my opinion. But that's just something to keep in mind and take into consideration. The next thing I have here is to try to avoid editing as you write. This can slow down the writing process. You can always edit later once you have completed your first draft. As Arthur Jody Coate said, you can always edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page. So when you're writing, don't focus on, grammar and those types of things so much. Just complete the first draft, because you can always go back and fix all that later. It can be tempting, especially if you're a beginner writer, to try to tweak things as you're writing, but it's best to just save the editing for later so that you can complete your first draft. The next thing is to save your work. I know from experience, because I've had a lot of incidences of losing work, which is why I keep all of my work on flash drives for more protection now, because saving my work on a computer, I've just had too many incidences of losing work, and rather than taking the risk of that, I just choose to save my work on flash drives now. But that's just a piece of advice there, to save your work and to make sure that you don't lose anything, because if you lose work, then you're just going to have to start all over again. So, yeah, make sure you save your work. And finally, read online articles, books within your genre, and writing craft books to enhance your writing skills. All of these things can help you to improve your writing craft, because if you want to become a better writer, then you have to read, because that can really be helpful, and do your research, to improve your craft of writing. But that is all that I have for this episode. It's not very long at all, but this concludes stage 4 for drafting, and until next time, happy writing.